Hello, listeners. It's Kathleen here.
And it's me, right by Kathleen's side, and me is Rachel. And we are so glad that you joined us today.
Yes, because we're doing another one of our bonus editions today. We're talking about a job search tool that isn't nearly used as much as it was in the past, but it doesn't mean you'll never be asked for one. We're talking about cover letters.
Yes, they are infamous, but man, we're going to talk about today how to write a cover letter that matters. And just like your mama and your daddy told you, if you're going to do something, do it right.
So, Rachel, a well-written cover letter can sort of set you apart from other cleared candidates and can make a difference between one job seeker or another.
You are so you're always right, but you're so spot on when you say that, because it really is true. A cover letter, while controversial, can be so important. A lot of recruiters might dread the cover letter because they're pretty much the same, or really just an afterthought by a candidate.
So that means that your cover letter is really meant to differentiate you from your competition. And we want to help you learn how to differentiate yourself by using our 8 cover letter tactics.
Yes, friends, 8. So, Kathleen, you want to go first?
Sure, thank you. So you may hurt yourself by not writing one. If the job posting actually asks for a cover letter, be sure you write one. Don't skip it. Some organizations will drop you from consideration if they ask for one and you don't supply it. What are some other tips? Rachel?
Well, when you were going through that, it really kind of brought me back to a stat that I heard recently on a survey done by OnePoll, and it really kind of solidified exactly what you were saying. 83% of recruiters say that a cover letter are important in making that final hiring decision, which I think is so important to really think through. So that cover letter doesn't sound like a nice to have or even optional. It sounds like a must have.
So, Rachel, who am I writing that cover letter to? What's our next tip?
Fantastic question. It is not for your mama. It's not for your neighbor. It's not for the post person, but it is for that hiring manager. Your cover letter really needs to be written with the end in mind, and that end in mind is the hiring manager. It's even more so than the recruiter. So do some research. Be sure to address your cover letter to a specific person. Please don't use the infamous "to whom it may concern." Do your research, be diligent, and make sure that it's pointed. What you think, Kathleen? You got a number 3 for us?
Yeah, this one's really pretty important. The cover letter is not about you. I know. Shock.
That hurts my feelings a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's a little bit about you, but not all about you. It is about the hiring manager and what their problem is, and you're going to be able to provide the solution with your unique skills and experience. So instead of talking about how amazing and detail-oriented and you have initiative and things like that, clearly and succinctly state how you are going to solve their problems using your skills and experience. Rachel, what's next for us?
This one, I might have to say, might be in my top 8 of favorite things about writing a cover letter, but it's use the main bullet points in the job description as talking points in your cover letter. Same kind of advice. Think with the end in mind. What is the job that is posted? And that's what you kind of want to anchor your cover letter into. Show that you match what they're expecting. If these are the requirements, highlight those. If they're looking for someone that can underwater basket weave, make sure that's in your cover letter. And you know what? This one's a little bit harder for me, but don't get too wordy and don't address every requirement, but pick out the top 1 or 2 requirements on the job description and really show how you have those requirements.
So the next tip number 5, is really about making sure that you're customizing and personalizing your cover letter, because all too many times we copy and paste and we just send it out, as you said earlier, to whom it may concern. Really mention the name of the company and mention the position that you're applying for. This little bit of personalization helps show that you're not just sending the same cover letter to everyone. And it also says that you're very interested in the position, but it also shows that you've done a little bit of research about the company. Rachel, what's next?
Include those relevant details that might not have space on your resume. This is the perfect spot to put those different pieces. So there's a chance, that you might want to share information about, hey, interested in relocating to the area, or hey, I can start on this date. These are great things to include in that cover letter. It's a great landing spot that doesn't take up important real estate on your resume, but really gives insights to where you're at, things that they may have questions about that you can immediately answer there. And I think, Kathleen, I don't know why, it's just because you're so amazing, but I believe that number 7 I know I said the last one was my favorite, but I think the next one you're going to share might be one of my favorites.
Yeah, because I really nail people in this one a lot because it really frustrates me. Please, in your cover letter, when you're talking about yourself, please don't claim to be self-motivated, driven, energetic, confident, highly qualified team player with a proven track record of generating results. This is the kind of babble that so many people put on their cover letters, and it just goes in one ear and out the other. You don't need to use all these fancy words. You need to be very succinct with the kind of results that you're going to bring, the kind of experience that you have that are going to solve the problems that that employer is actually looking for people to solve because they put out that job posting. So, Rachel, bring it home for us.
You know I will. So if you are emailing your resume, put the cover letter in the body of the email. If you attach it, friends, spoiler alert, it ain't getting read. And if you're really saving your target reader, save them some time, right? Time is precious to everyone. Don't make them search for it. Don't make them, get carpal tunnel by having to open something. Just make it easy. Put it in the body of the email for them.
That's an excellent final point.
Let's just do a quick rundown. Make sure it's tailored to the position. Make sure that it's relevant and information that may not just be duplicated on your resume. And you will literally surprise and delight the person reading it.
So we actually have some real life experience from one of our recruiters, Amy Zipovitz, a dear friend of mine here in the Cleared community. And she sums it up for us. She said, I like a cover letter so I can see how you communicate and gauge your interest in the position in the company. So do your research and explain why you want to work for me. I really think that Amy said that very well. Rachel, what's your take as a recruiter? Put your recruiter hat on rather than phenomenal podcast queen. What do you like about cover letters and what do you like to see in them?
I like when kind of the pieces that we mentioned here, when it's personal, when it's got the one that somebody just stole off of Google and they just copied and pasted it, it really kind of tells me a little bit about how they are as an employee. When there's an assignment, did you understand the assignment? And this is a place to showcase those talents, those skills, and show me something. I recently, we added a new team member into our organization, and it wasn't because of the resume. While the resume was beautiful and delightful and wonderful in every way, the cover letter told a story. And the story was one that was so compelling, it made me stop and read the entire cover letter. It made me read the resume. It made me go on LinkedIn and check them in because it was just a sequence of amazing and goodness that all started from just one simple sentence on the cover letter. So it can have important real estate. The only advice I would give in addition to that on the cover letter is don't spend so much time on the cover letter that you forget about your resume. They both have equal importance, different information that can be covered in there, but especially if it's required, make sure you do the investment and get something good out there.
And I want to thank everyone for listening to this bonus edition. You can access all of our tips online. Just check out the show notes. Please follow our podcast and we'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.
See ya.